please be seated? Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, may I welcome you all most warmly to UMIST, to this degree ceremony for graduates from the Departments of Textiles and the Materials Science Centre. This ceremony marks the culmination of 3 or 4 years, perhaps sometimes more, of hard work. Over these years, UMIST's objectives have been to produce graduates with a sound knowledge of principles, with an understanding of how to apply that knowledge, and with skills that will enable them to convey and to develop their knowledge and understanding in their careers. All these factors contribute to the employability of our graduates. To reach this stage, all our graduates have had to overcome many challenges. Most obviously, there were the intellectual challenges of your degree courses. You have had to think hard and work hard. But there were also the personal challenges, coming to terms with new ways of learning, of studying, and of working. There were the financial challenges. Today, students from all backgrounds are depending increasingly on contributions from families, on loans, and on income from employment, and we in the universities are increasingly concerned about the impact this may be having on their studies. And finally, there were the social challenges. Some of you have had to cope with the enormous challenge of coming from another country to live and study in Manchester. Others with the more modest but no less real changes associated with venturing north of Watford or crossing to the wrong side of the Pennines. And all of you with having to fend for yourselves. In these challenges, you have been supported by many people. Some of them are here today, your fellow students, representatives of the academic staff, but most of all, your families and your friends. Some of you have come from far overseas to study here, as have your families to celebrate with you today. You make a particular contribution to the variety and richness of university life here on this campus and enable us to show to each other that there is more than one way to lead the good life. We acknowledge the contribution of all of your supporters to see you make this transition from graduand to graduate. The Manchester Mechanics Institute, from which UMIST developed, was founded in 1824 by a group of Manchester industrialists to provide the region with the skills required to run and manage the industries which were then the wonder of the world. Ever since that time, UMIST's ethos has been to combine productive industrial links with rigorous academic study. We look at the marketplace, study the needs of industry, commerce, and the public sector, and relate these to the needs of prospective students. Today, this university is rated 6th in the country for research and the 1st outside Oxbridge and London. It is regularly rated as the best providers of graduates, sometimes admittedly jointly with Cambridge, by the biggest 500 recruiters in the country. We were delighted earlier this year to be called to Buckingham Palace in honour of winning our 2nd Queen's Award for Export Achievement. We first won one in 1992, and now a 2nd. This is rare indeed. You might ask what it is that we export, and the concise answer is knowledge. More exactly, we earn 20% of our research income from overseas. And of course, large numbers of students from overseas come to study with us, which is a form of exporting knowledge. Last year, our 175th year, we received a 3rd Queen's Anniversary Prize for Higher Education, the only UK university or college to have received 3 such awards. Earlier this year, one of the more than 30 UMIST spin-off companies was floated on the London Stock Exchange, the 3rd such flotation. UMIST graduates can be found in all walks of life and in virtually every country in the world, from the finance and education ministers in Singapore to the leader of the House of Commons here in the UK, from the chief executive of Tesco to the TV cook Sophie Grigson, who incidentally studied mathematics and not chemistry. All these things, I believe, underline just what a great university UMIST is. We are clearly making a contribution to wealth and job creation and growth of the new knowledge economy. I think it's fair to say, therefore, that it is a true descendant of the original Manchester Mechanics Institute. It's hard to imagine, given the buzz of Manchester as a student centre and the multinational and dynamic nature of the city itself, that there is a better place to study engineering, science, technology and management than UMIST. Furthermore, the skills that are represented by those of you that are graduating today follow a direct line from UMIST's origins. Manchester was the shock city of the 19th century, forging a new world order in economics and society. Indeed, Karl Marx's collaborator, Engels, was sent to Manchester to learn how the new textile industry was being organised and lived just a few hundred metres from where we are now sitting. At that time, Manchester was the cotton centre of the world and is still central to the textile industry in this country. But our graduates from the Department of Textiles have skills far beyond those envisaged by those original founders of UMIST. Skills in management and marketing, in textile design, in science and technology, and in other European languages. Skills that enable our graduates to engage in the global industry that textiles has now become, and to provide a balanced education that is broad enough for a much wider range of jobs. The department has recently secured the award of a multi-million-pound Faraday Centre for Technical Textiles in collaboration with the universities of Leeds and Heriot-Watt, so demonstrating one of the futures of the textiles in this country, the high technology of smart and intelligent textiles as used, for example, in construction and in medical applications. The work undertaken in the Manchester Materials Science Centre could not have been imagined in 1824, but this department is now at the heart of the new world of materials. Metals, ceramics, polymers, composites and biomaterials and their applications in industries as diverse as steel making and medical materials are now part and parcel of your knowledge. The centre is unique in being a joint department of UMIST and the University of Manchester. It has recently been awarded one of only 2 awards in the materials area under the Joint National Infrastructure Fund. Valued at almost £2 million, this will be used to establish a unit for the characterisation of stress and damage. So, those of you graduating today are excellent examples of the sort of people we are proud to see as our graduates. You are just the sort of people a modern society needs in order to flourish, and you represent both the tradition and the future of UMIST. May I then wish you every success in your future careers and invite you to keep in touch with UMIST and with one another through the UMIST Association, the organisation for former students and the staff of UMIST. As members, you will be kept in contact with UMIST as well as with one another through the magazine Mainstream. You will not escape us even if you come from overseas. Branches of the UMIST Association are found in many parts of the world. Do keep in contact with us as well. Make sure we have your correct address to correspond with you and visit us whenever possible. Though I must confess, you will have to forgive us if, as the years roll by, we forget how long ago you actually graduated. Believe it or not, there is life after UMIST. Many of you will stay on for more study, but the world of the workplace beckons. We hope that UMIST will have given you an understanding of how to develop your talents and for the lifelong learning which lies ahead. This is a challenge and an opportunity. No one can graduate today and expect that knowledge acquired here in the last 3 or 4 years will carry them through to retirement or even through the next few years. We have been supplying skilled people to industry, commerce and the public services for the best part of 200 years. We have changed. Our methodology and course content are unrecognisable from even 20 years ago. You have responded successfully to the academic challenge, and as UMIST graduates, you should confidently face the future, as do we. So, as we embark on this ceremony, I congratulate you once again. We are proud of your achievements, and I hope that you will take pride in saying that you studied at UMIST. So let us now proceed to the conferment of the degrees for which you have all worked. Thank you.
Pro-Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the Academic Board of UMIST and of the Senate of the University of Manchester, I present to you for the degree of Master of Engineering in Biomedical Materials Science with Industrial Experience with Honours, Catherine Elizabeth Bellamy. Deborah Heyman Start. Daniel Mills. William Michael Moult. And in Material Science and Engineering with Honours, Samuel Allen MacDonald. Michelle Dawn Parker. Jennifer Bibby. And in Material Science with Business and Management with Honours, Mark Mahinder Moore. John David Seaton. And in Material Science and Engineering and Metals, with honours, Tristan Lowe. Matthew James Peel. Mark Tursky. And in Material Science and Engineering with Industrial Experience with Honours, John Christophe Besson. Andrew Mark Bradshaw. Mark William Britton. Andrew Philip Gibson. James Andrew Hoyland. Michael Anato Domello. Lee Constable. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Materials Science with Honours, Joanna Maria Julia Louise Pendred. Philip Thomas Reeves. Roger Lal Mahado. Edward Parkhouse. Rena Pinduria. Paul Kerr Wilson. John Alistair Whitaker. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Materials Science, Amer Hussain. Gareth David Roberts. And for the degree of Materials Science and Engineering with honours, Ramsey Debs. Chris Heason. Reza Hafchinari. James Richard Hunt. Edward Hyde. Ian Edwards. John Richard Gordon. Richard Linkman. Christopher John Potter. And for the degree of Materials Science and Engineering, Anne Barclay.
Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the Academic Board, may I present to you for the degree of BSc in Clothing Engineering and Management, Shelley Hutchinson. Sarah Levy. And for the BSc in Management and Marketing of Textiles with honours, Adele Birkin. Oiman Sheng. Victoria Jane Clark. Sarah Cooney. Caroline Louise Critchley. Catherine Heaton. Neophytus, Joseph Neophytou. Ilana Simons. Suzanne Jane Smith. Jade Rebecca Allison. Nancy Aywood. Jordan James Beavers. Anna Bray. Emma Louise Case. Fiona Elspeth Cochrane. Suzanne Cole. Jonathan Grossman. Todd Warwick Harper. Lendy Ho. Demeltzer Johnston. Nicola Kenwright. Jeet Tanjali Kohli. Catherine Levy. Dominique Peter Palumbo. Andrea Claire Rimmer. Stephen Marius Razunis. Martin John Sayer. Siobhan Scantlebury. Louisa Jane Stott. Caroline Elizabeth Tate. Rebecca Thornton. Michael Alexandra Tinsieve. Tariq Azi. Edward Adam Charles Booth. Faye Raylane Chadwick. Anna Christina Heptonstall. Asia Iftika. John Patrick Stewart O'Shea. Dikesh Patel. Rainesh Patel. Lee Robert Saunders. Kiranjit Kaur Suman. Matthew James Tolboys. Thomas Paul Tanswell. Samrina Tufale. Joanna Marie Bradley. And for the BSc in Management and Marketing of Textiles, Sarah Leon. Jisan Z. Habib. And for the BSc in Management and Marketing of Textiles with Industrial Experience with Honours, April Victoria Kinnear. Julie Batavia. Sarah Joyce Natani. Emma Thwaites. Helen Louise Tyerbuck. And for the BSc Management and Marketing of Textiles with the Modern Language with Honours, Ian Nash, that's it. For the BSc in Textile Design and Design Management with Honours, Jenny Gwendolyn Buckland. Melissa Jane Craft. Emma Louise Downs. Thomasina Goddard. Louisa Merry. Catherine Ampai. Angela Leslie Coombs. Helen Jill Curtis. Joanne Olivia Down. Joanne O'Brien. Lucy Ann Scully. Rachel Shepherd. Heidi Louise Yarhan. Christelle Min Lee. Dina Malin Mehta. And for the BSc in Textile Design and Design Management with Industrial Experience with Honours, Jennifer Ann Calder. Alexandra Claire Green, Abigail Elise Lomax, Kate Mary Vickers, Zoe Melissa Williams, and for the BSc in Textile Design and Design Management with the Modern Language with Honours, Rachel Ann Hoare, Lucy Jane Deborah Stone, Amy Elizabeth Railton Holden, and for the BSc in Textile Science and Technology with Honours, Yasir Said Dar. Rika Octavia Hindari, and for the BSc in Textile Science and Technology with Industrial Experience with Honours, Rebecca Bennett, Joanne Louise Tock, and for the BSc in Textile Science and Technology with the Modern Language with Honours, Angela Noel Patterson. And for the BSc in Textile Technology and Management with Honours, Yi Han Ho, Ike Nalband Kazaruglu, Karthikayan Shanmukham, Roy Lowe, Nicholas James Atkinson, Yigit Ulva Kinalaka, Marcus Gunardi Wibaba,
But by virtue of the authority vested in me as Pro Vice-Chancellor, I now confer degrees in absentia on those students unable to be present here today who have, under the conditions set out by ordinance or regulation, pursued the courses of study so prescribed and has satisfied the examiners. May UMIST, through sound learning and by the advancement of knowledge, achieve its purposes in the service of the nation and the world. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our ceremony for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy the celebrations later today and into the evening. Thank you all very much.
by anyway. I'm downstairs, and I'm upstairs, I'm down.
Right, are we going to the pub then? Yeah. Now?